right, it's trying to pull up. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say, this is a lovely evening in which the Most High God has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I am so sorry. I was in a conversation and I didn't really focus on the time when I should have. I apologize for coming on late. And this topic is about the light is really I'm sorry. Uh this here, let me cut this here down. Uh 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 Regarding the light and the purpose of the light is so you may see in darkness. And what I realized that the light is not given to any and everybody. Um, and that's again going back to very few shall find the narrow gate and the way. Very few shall find. It has to be found. And he's saying very few is going to really find. And the light, if it's darkness and you have not the light, you don't stand a chance of finding anything. What I can understand, being like I say, not a dead prophet, but a living one, it seems as if darkness is more preferred than the light. I rather live in this darkness and feel this darkness, understand this darkness, grip and embrace the darkness, than even having light to really see what's going on in the darkness. So I truly believe that this darkness that we are in, and it's also called the day, that day, that day. Sometimes it's called day because it's a time, it's a order from the Most High's will, from him, that he has placed one over in this day and time to rule in this day. See, and he's not too keen about putting days because he don't want to get us confused. Like when he say he that has an ear, he don't say ears. He said an ear because he wants to separate the spiritual purpose from the natural purpose. Okay. So he'll say he that has an ear, let him hear. That means he that has the Holy Spirit, let him hear. Well, that's what I'm speaking of when I say that day. He don't say in those days, but he'll say in that day. And then he tells you in Proverbs 16 and verse 4, I created evil and wicked for that day. Okay. He knows already that everything that's going to take place, whether it's in the light or in the darkness, it still is orchestrated by his power and his will. Okay. It's like saying you can't say night if you don't know day. Because how could you say it's night if you ain't never seen day? How could you say something is cold when you never felt hot? How can you say something is up when you never felt down? You see what I'm saying? It has to have the opposite of what is said to take the place. That day, he tells you, it's different than the days. It's different than the time. It's different than the season. It is a will assigned purpose in the Father's will that day, and that day can be months, weeks, days, years, but it doesn't, he don't want us to see it like we want to see it in the flesh. He want us to get it in the spirit and accept that he got control over it, no matter what's the time period in it, but understand what day we are in. Okay. So a lot of times I was doing my letters, writing letters to individuals that I need to close out this year with. And it's basically family members. And every time I get in here, I'm feeling really good about what I'm saying. And then I try to usher in things in the natural so they can really get it in a way that they can understand. And then I can't stop from putting things in the spirit. I realized that even as a little girl, I always did that. I can't seem to separate the two unless I live by one. But I know that the other one is near. Okay. You know how Paul say, when I try to do right, evil is present. And I want to do right, but I end up doing wrong. That's because you know the difference. See, he couldn't say, wait a minute, I'm doing right, but what is this on this side? He knew that there was something different from what he wanted to do, which was right. And that whatever it was something that caused him to do wrong when he knew he wanted to do right. So it wasn't cutting him out on anything, not in the eyes of Sister Deborah. He still is the seed of the Father. That's the way I would live and die, understanding. And that's things that can't nobody take from you. You see, when you have lived life in the light, there's those things is with you forever. Why? Because they came down here with you. It came down with you that you may see in darkness. Will you walk in darkness? Will you even talk in darkness? Will you even act in darkness? Yes. But guess what? You can actually get on this devil platform and tell people you have the light. Because to have the light is my testimony of what it looks like in the dark. See, through your testimonies, can you really tell somebody something? A lot of people think it. Let me tell you an example. You know, I don't know if y'all ever been in the churches and they be preaching and the pastor be telling you this. A lot of times when they telling you this, they really telling you somebody else's testimony. They haven't experienced a lot of that stuff. They're trying to set it up in a parable where you can get it in the flesh. Even if it takes them to lie, it ain't important. They want you to be able to get it in the darkness of your flesh. Oh, I went here and I remember traveling here and this happened and this happened. A lot of times it's somebody else's testimony. But that's what they so used to doing. After being a pastor a year or 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 long, and that's how YouTube is too. People turn they can be on here and they'll turn a whole message a different way a year from now or from last year. It's because now they see the light in what they were teaching. They thought they had the light, but they didn't have it. Because now, a year later, I can see it for what it is. When I thought I saw it for what it was. And I see a lot of that going on. So light is something that's worth desiring in this day and time. just so you can see. How would you like to just come in your house every night after work and just walk around in pitch darkness? It's not a good feeling. Okay? It's not a good feeling. Darkness, as Sister Deborah speaks of it, using all these other parables around it to try to draw you in to what Sister Deborah is saying about her title. The light and the darkness. You got to have that light, child, so you can see in darkness. Because if you can't see in darkness, everything is vain and vexed. That means somebody that has the light would never, ever be able to tell you spirit and truth nor righteousness, and you get it in the light. A person that's in the light can be speaking spirit and truth and giving it to the darkness, and the darkness will say, I see. But the Father said they cannot see. He said, they say they hear, but they cannot hear. Why is he saying that? It's because people tends to make others think and feel, oh, it's okay for me to be in the darkness and I don't see light, because I don't need light. I got darkness. And the Spirit of the Most High wants me to say to you all, most people love the darkness. They decided to rest therein. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. All this trash that's on these YouTubes and these Facebook, let me tell you something. I can kind of understand where people decided to just be mellow in darkness. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. And what is the stuff? They have not seen the light. Because had they seen the light, they wouldn't be resting in darkness. They wouldn't be content in darkness. You see? Many that's content in darkness because they have not seen that wonderful light, nor do they own that light within. So they just be content with darkness and figure, hey, whatever. And it becomes the norm. It becomes what is righteous. Their darkness become what is just. Their darkness become upright. And that's go take you right back into what? That day. That day of what? Proverbs 16. I created Deborah, wicked and evil and wicked for that day. And that's what you're in. They have made that day to be righteous. And it is darkness, which is evil and wicked. But it's righteous because it's righteous in them. Have you heard this new thing? I got my truth and you got yours. Have you heard this thing called vibes and energy? When they dealing with vibes and energy, you guys, they don't understand. You dipping and tipping in Satan's swimming pool. So they tend to just grip all this stuff and apply it to their lives. I don't like this person because this person brings bad vibes or bad energy. Baby, that's telling you. When you're using those type of words to category the spirit being or the spirit itself, these children of mine, when they bring in those things, you have to be very careful with people who deals with all these things that they say, sage and all of this. This is dealing with the darkness, y'all. It's darkness. Even the vibes, that's darkness. Energy, that's darkness. Why? Because they don't know who they are. Okay? If they only knew that they had a spirit that wants to do the things that is right, what can be a better feeling or vibe or energy? If you got a spirit that desire to do what's right, that's willing to do good, and then you got this flesh that fights up against it. This is how people's flesh has dominion over their spirit. Because the flesh says, I love darkness. I love the way it looks, the feel, everything. I like to deal with energy. I like to deal with vibes. I like to deal with sage. I like to do everything that's in the darkness. Because my flesh lives in that area. My flesh is not detached to any light. So that individual really can't see. And don't understand. They can't see. What is it they can't see? Righteous, just, upright. They can't see those sort of things because they live in darkness. And it has become comfortable. It has become the norm. When people say you got your truth, I got mine, let me tell you something. That's a scapegoat. I'm going to tell you one that it matches. And this is ever since I was a young girl, even since I was a teenager. I used to hear that all the time by people who's trying to convince me, how is it you're easy to people? You're the type of person someone can easily talk to. But when I try to talk to people, people telling me I'm judging them. And I have taught that since I can remember. That's a form, that's a comp out. That's how they get a lot of people that's weak in the spirit. You're trying to judge me. You see? Because people who really don't know the word itself that rests within you, it is a judge. How about that? How about that? See? And if you speak it, the first thing Satan is saying, don't let them judge you. They're trying to judge you. Everything is always about what you're trying to do to me. That's how they keep you from speaking light. That's how they keep you from speaking truth. That's how they keep you from speaking righteous. Is they can throw up the things that normally bring a lot of people down. And that's that, oh, you trying to judge me. But a lot of people who are trying to speak, to teach, and reveal things to people, they don't understand that's one of them shields that knocks people down all the time that really have some righteous words for individuals, but they get knocked down because they're afraid of this word judge. Don't you be afraid, baby. See, and that's what they use. They use judge as a shield to keep you from coming any further with what you got to say. It has always been a comp out. So what people are doing today, they saying, you got your truth and I got my truth. When I heard somebody say that to an individual, I was like, is that something new? And then I heard someone else say that before. I say, so is that a new thing? And I heard somebody told me, yeah, everybody's saying that now to keep you from speaking truth. I'm going to set another example. This is something as a prophetess that I experienced. I get these people who know who I am in the spirit realm, but they just can't figure me out. And they always, when they come to me, they want to come to me with all these administrative positions. You know, you want to come to me, oh, you're a pastor and a prophet? Wait a minute, you're a pastor and a prophet? Okay, all right. But they don't understand. I'm looking at them, well, okay, come up with pull up some power. You got some power with you? You know, why? Because when you're claiming the administrative position, and why are they doing that? Now, today, the pastors are claiming 2 and 3 positions to keep anyone from questioning their teaching and who they are. Because a lot of times when you say, like this one lady said, well, yeah, I'm what she said, I'm an apostle and an evangelist. They said it to make you think that they're above you and that nobody really can't question me because I'm this. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the pastor decided to do. Let's say that we are apostles and apostles and pastors and a prophet. And I'm like, what are they doing? They ruling everything. Did you all understand that even, say for instance, a secretary that's in the house of the Most High Yah, that's a calling. That's a calling. Pastors, bishops, evangelists, prophets, prophetess, you're not supposed to control that. You're not supposed to be going over in that area, controlling it, ruling it. Because if she was called with the holy calling to be a receptionist or a secretary, then you have to let her to do secretary work in the body of Hamashiach. Now, does she have an overseer? Yes, she does. She has one above her and she has one underneath her. But what they want to do is control the flow of the money and the people. So they just say, we are an apostle and a pastor. And a lot of them are claiming apostles and prophets. Pastors are doing that. This keep anyone else from coming into a church, which is a building that they call a church. This keep anybody else from coming in, taking on that position. So now they in full control. You see what I'm saying? That's not how the Father created it. He didn't create it like that. Treasurer, it has to be somebody in there that can take it in that end. Ushers, singers, prayer warriors. These are not administrative. These are positions in the body. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Many have gotten away from the light and now loving darkness. And what you see in the earth today is people living the dark way and not in the light way. So this is what you see. And that's what you continue to see, the things that's taking place. And that's a lot of wicked and evil that's taking place, and they making it right. That's the only thing I would say regarding this, having the light in the midst of darkness. In darkness, you got to have the light. But what is happening? These churches, these temples, these synagogues, these pastors, these leaders, even in families, they want only their light, the way they see light. And this is not how the Father has created it. If they started like that, that's how they're going to end it. Because they really have, a lot of people think that the body of Hamashiach, it's them only. And them only. That's why he's not going to allow there to be any group setting coming together in any type of unity, because he knows the heart is not right. Because how are you going to bring, now watch this here, how are you going to bring everybody into one when everybody think that their purpose is higher than the other? And he's telling it by all light. That's the reality of it. One pastor think he rules. You weren't never to go over what you are in full control of. That's not a pastor. And because the people who think they in light think it's okay because they don't know any better, they just settle for that. It's going back to what I was saying. They're walking in darkness, but they're calling it light. And they have gotten content with living this way. And so they made right wrong and wrong right. Then whatever happens, have you ever think, whatever happened to all those gifts? Those gifts came with power. Did y'all know that? Oh, yes. The only way a person can reveal and put forth their gift, they have to know that it comes with the power. Praise the Almighty Yah. Do you know when you go on and you say, okay, if the Father gave me, let's say, healing, you think you're going to heal in your flesh? Come on now, talk to me. See, the healing is going to come with power. So then what? You can use that power to heal. How do you think Yeshua healed? How do you think he risen the dead? It's that same self power. So say for instance, you got somebody who are been given the gift to sing. That individual that's given that gift to sing, they sing with the understanding that I'm making melody to the Most High Yah. I'm bringing my heart to praise Him first, and then it comes down to you all. But what they do today, they sing for the dollar. Everything is about that dollar, even YouTube and Facebook. That's darkness, you guys, have manifested itself over the light. So therefore, where we're at, you don't see very much light. But he said that. He prophesied that. The gate is narrow. And the only way you're going to be able to go through that narrow gate and find, you got to have the light. They won't teach y'all that, will it? Because they don't want you to know. People are so geared on trying to speak against white and black, and they don't even understand you ain't nailed dark and light. So why are you all up in white and black and you ain't even nailed light nor darkness? Still don't have no understanding of it. So as we continue, I think about what would make a creator pour down gifts, sit on high and low on that white throne, and see not the gift being manifested. Isn't that deep? To me, it is. Because he turned around and poured all that upon the earth in individual. And nobody takes it serious because they want to swim in darkness. They don't care about the light of the gifts. You see? So what? Here you go. When they don't recognize the gifts, they are not a part of the head, which is Christ. Because he poured out gifts to help us in the body, which is the church and the saints, to help us. And this is why we can't get the help we need. When somebody says, okay, look like you might have cancer, liver cancer, first thing we thinking, okay, we got to go to the heathen and the Gentiles to make sure we get all the medicine, the chemotherapy, everything for us. But wait a minute, the Father said, wait a minute, hold up. In the body of Hamashiach, I gave these gifts for healing. Did not Yeshua raise the dead? Did not he heal the sick? And turned around and told us that we should do these same things, but greater? What happened? It's because people decide that they didn't want that light in that way. They preferred darkness. And then there are so many also that had compressed the spirit so bad that the spirit won't give them anything to bring forth. Because a lot of it has been denied. And it's okay where we at today. It's because he's not coming back to force you to accept things that he gave you before repentance. And he gave you to work with the body of Hamashiach. Let's say, for instance, if we are the body of Christ and Christ is the head, that don't confuse you all? That don't make you wonder? Well, where is the body? Where's the saints? And where's the body? Where's all those gifts that he poured out? Where's the purpose? Those that has the purpose in them. Where are they? Darkness, the terror have taken over the wheat. That's why he had to pull up in Revelation 7 and seal his. Because he see they ain't got sense enough to seal themselves. You see? So he seals his. And it makes a lot of sense. Because sealing them is not going to cause them to escape what they're going to see. because they're going to see some things. And they I ain't gonna say, let me say they're going to. That's another thing we do. We keep on saying it as if it's a distance or it's tomorrow. Baby, now we're in that thing right now, going back to the light. And because light is not manifested here on the earth like it should, then therefore people just said, I'd rather have darkness. I can understand darkness. I can embrace darkness. I can grip darkness. I can walk in darkness. I can talk in darkness. I can act in darkness. I'm all good. If I can be in this and I'm okay, I'm fine. And that's what they think. That's the way they think it. I had listened to, and only about 10 minutes of a young man trying to break down the true Israelites, Israel, the true Israel versus what is over in the other country. And I was saying to myself, I said, it's a sad thing. He's really getting angry. That man was getting angry because he said, I'm on here breaking this thing down to as far as it can go. And you mean to tell me you all ain't going to give me a like? All of you all are in this here, my life, and you're not going to even give. He started cursing, doing one of Pastor Dow's thing, cursing like a chimney. And then later on, like in about the 9th minute of what he was saying, out of nowhere, guess who he spoke of? Pastor Dow. I said, see that? The apples don't fall nowhere away from the tree. Nowhere away from the tree. I was like, look at there. See that? Because you're saying all this because you're trying to get on this devil platform and convince people that the house of Israel is not the one over in that land. I believe this is that. I don't even say I believe. Truth is, we have rejected the truth for so long to Father say that the truth don't want to have nothing to do with us. Let me say that again. Ooh, you're going to get in trouble. Deborah, you're going to get in trouble. We have rejected truth to where truth don't even want to have nothing to do with us. I'm sitting here watching truth run from everybody that's trying to portray they got it. I'm like saying, that person ain't speaking no spirit and truth. That person ain't got no light, but yet they speaking. Because truth don't want to have nothing to do with you. Because your heart is darkened. You've been teaching the same trash with no light. No light, none whatsoever. And it goes right back to the small remnant, the narrow gate. Everything turns right back to the order in which the Most High has orchestrated it from the heaven. And you look over on this end, you say, okay, you got the Lamb book of life, but what are all these other books over here? How about that? How about that? Showing you the difference. You're going to have more people going to hell than those in the Lamb book of life. All of that is a sign to inform you that if you think you that close to the Most High Yah, you all up on him, you got it nailed, and everybody else don't have it at all. But you got it nailed, but yet you have no light. You have no spirit and truth, but you got it nailed. You most likely in darkness, calling it the light. They have many are doing it successfully. They are really pulling up. And like that young man, he was going so far off because he said he had so many in his live chat and nobody was giving thumbs up. And I'm like, you late, bro. And then he began to curse real bad and get mad. I understand what he's saying, but the Spirit of the Most High said, in all you're getting, get understanding. That means when you come to understanding is the Holy Spirit, which is spirit and truth. What he's saying that understanding is so important because understanding don't mean you agree with that individual. You understand where they're coming from with what they're saying, whether it's from the dark end or it's from the light. That's what understanding is. See, a lot of people don't know nothing about that either. They thinking understanding is when somebody's teaching on this devil platform and you get it. No, baby, that's not understanding. Understanding is the Holy Spirit that speaks spirit and truth. Okay. Remember, he said we can't worship him in the flesh. We have to worship him in spirit and in truth. It's a known fact. It's a known fact. And we're trying to make sure everybody get it from the dark end to where we ain't even caught up in the light. We figured, okay, everybody's on this end, everybody's doing it this way, everybody said it this way. I'd rather hang with this one. And what I've learned is that's the way they want to go. Because that's the way it's already going in them. So they just bringing it out. They just going in the direction, walking, talking, acting, and conducting themselves in the way of where they are already what? Written. It is written. 99% on this devil platform didn't understand what Yeshua was saying at the mountaintop. He's letting Satan know it is already written. He said that to Satan on the mountaintop. For it is written. You know what Satan turned around the next time he asked him something? Guess what he said? It is written. Telling him to commit suicide. If you jump off of it, it is written that a legion of angels. You see what I'm saying? Satan poured that same thing. That's why it is important that you understand the light that is the opposite of the darkness. Yeshua is sitting here telling him, look, it is written. And on the mountaintop when he was being tempted. And Satan turned around and said to him, when he got ready to respond again, he told him to do something else. And that was to really over the mountain. Commit suicide. And he tell Satan tell him it is written that if you do it, you ain't gonna hurt yourself because he's gonna give you angels that can't. You see what I'm saying? That's how darkness come in to make you think that it's light. You see? Because Yeshua gave him light. What was the light? That the Father already got it written. Satan come back and said, wait a minute. I got something he got written too. Jump off this mountain. I know he have angels to get you. That's exactly similar to what I'm talking about as far as this message. That's what I'm talking about. Where we at today, the terror is pretending to be the wheat. The terror is it represents darkness, pretending it is the light, and it's a very sad situation. But this is the way they want to roll. They want to live. This is the way. Nobody wants to hear no light. Because light to them is bad energy, bad vibes, because they want to rest in darkness. They want the ways that are darkened. Because who is that? They flesh. They flesh want what it wants. And it don't want to have no connection to its own spirit. Just let me have what I want. Let me live what I want. Why? 99 trillion don't understand. When Sister Deborah stand before the white throne to be told, okay, you're over here in the Lamb Book of Life, or you over here in the book leading to the lake of hell. But when I stand before the throne of the Most High Yah, okay, it is already written in one of these books that I'm in. And the Father is not going to have to open up no books to say everything going to be open, but he already know who's who and what's what. You see? So what is going on the earth is people are portraying to be the light, but yet they are the darkness. And so what happens? Sister Deborah get to the throne. It's not my flesh. It's not my Negro hair. It's not my skin. It's not me being a female nor a male. I'm coming I'm coming where? And this is something else they don't want to accept. Y'all, it's not caught up in your male chauvinism. Oh, I think that's how I'm saying it, right? Or your pride and your boasting. You want to be a king, a leader, and a ruler. When you stand your nasty tail before the right throne of the Most High Yah, he ain't seeing none of that. And that's what people have not learned in the light, because they deny the light to prefer the darkness. A lot of people don't understand, and this is a catch, y'all. Don't let this go over your head. You all, when Sister Deborah stand before the throne of Yah, I'm going to only stand in spirit. I'm going to only stand in the spirit. No melanated skin, no afro, no dreads. That's why I say what they doing down here is clowning. It's no way I will be on this earth trying to role play a way you dress your flesh up, you act in your flesh, you eat in your flesh, and then you damned in your spirit. What kind of trash is that? You got to be in the light in your spirit, that it may shine through your flesh. But they don't understand that. That's like a lamp that's set up on a hill that cannot be hidden. So here's Sister Deborah coming up here, and here's the Lamb Book of Life. It's open, and all these other books on this table. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's 1 trillion books, ain't it? That's how many people in each book is. I'm going back to the earth, and I cause your spirit to have to go to the lake of fire where I'm going. Revelation chapter 20. The grave, which is hell, Yah said he's going to take it and put it in the lake of hell. The lake of fire. So you see how flesh gets you? Flesh is the dark side of you. It'll get you to do everything its way. So when you stand before the mighty throne of the Most High Yah with that spirit he blew in you and given to you, for you can be able to have something where he can abide in you, guess what? Now you standing up there naked. Why are you naked? Because flesh got you to live its way and not the way of the Most High Yah. Take them out. That's why all this about giving you an example how they gonna say, I did this, I did this. Baby, please, you gonna be sitting your tail down somewhere, because this sister right here ain't gonna be up there just saying nothing. I'm gonna hang my head. If my lip can fall to the floor, it's gonna fall. I ain't gonna be saying nothing. So whatever I got to say, either I say it now, but shut your ugly mouth when you stand before my Father's white throne. Because Sister Deborah ain't going up there saying nothing. I bet not. I wouldn't even think to try to justify, clarify, and identify when I know he gonna know all things from the beginning to the end. And I'm gonna get in front of him and try to tell him, well, I did this and I did this. No. Send me where you got to send me. I ain't got nothing to say to this one that sits on the mighty throne. You know why I can't have nothing to say? Watch this here. It says in Revelation chapter 20 that the earth and the sea and the heavens, I think it was the earth and the sea and the heavens, I think it says, when it took a look at he that sat on the white throne, it took off. You better. It said that when they saw he that sat on the white throne, they, what word was that? It's a word that said like they took off like for dear life. At top speed, getting out of here. Wait a minute. Heaven, wait a minute. Sea and earth, what are you doing? I'm getting out of here. See, y'all don't understand. So what would it look like for me, Sister Deborah, to go before the throne and thinking that I got another way, another chance? Baby. The way you let your flesh have dominion of your spirit is your mission to either the lake of fire or to heaven. That's where it stops. Once the breath of life come out, all the life that you had on the earth, who lived it? Your flesh or your spirit? when you come to the understanding that the spirit must get the flesh under the subjection so that the Holy Spirit of Yah can abide therein. It is so hard for your spirit to get your flesh under the subjection after it has had its way since you've been here. But once the Father come live in you, guess what? Spirit now have the strength and the power to get this stuff under subjection. That's why you can't continue to go lying, deceiving people. You can't get on this devil platform trying to get likes and subscribers, using things and saying things that don't really have no power, don't really give him no glory. Only give you glory and give you a check and give you praise and give you likes. That is not of Yah. And this is what they think. They think they get, they're entitled to do that. We're entitled to cross him out and do it our way. Then you live in your flesh and not the spirit. And if your spirit lets you live the flesh, guess what that's saying? You're born of the flesh. See, a lot of people thinking, oh, if I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, I'm now born of the spirit. No. That's the way they got y'all thinking. But in spirit and truth, in the light that override darkness, guess what? Heaven's already got you locked in and locked out. Tell me how you gonna override what's in heaven? You see? So you're thinking because you saying it with your flesh, I have accepted Yeshua HaMashiach as my Lord and Savior. He came and he died for my sin, baby. They ain't like that, honey. See, your mouth can say anything that your flesh wanted to. But let's see if your spirit gonna pull up like unto one that had accepted Yeshua HaMashiach. Let's see if that spirit gonna glorify and honor and worship the Most High Yah to the point where your life on the outside matches your life on the inside. How about that? How about that? I can bust somebody's bubble right there, I think. But I'm just going to show you. A lot of people thinking when we across that bridge, sister, when we get there, he's the judge. You judging me. Oh, no, baby. You was already judged before the foundation of the world. So why are you concerned about a flesh or a female or a male judging you? Heaven's already got you wrote in or wrote out of the Lamb Book of Life. How about that? You see, what people don't believe is heaven has that type of power. The Father has that type of right hand and that stretched out arm. Nobody know nothing about it. They never learned it. They never learned about the right hand. They never learned about the stretched out arm because they're so busy wanting to give messages that's going to just get them a likes and subscribers. Oh, let me tell them what the world is doing so I can get likes and subscribers. And they've been doing it for so long to where this is an addiction to them. They don't see no other way. That means they what? They living out their flesh. They're not living out their spirit. And now their flesh has walked into darkness for so long, they call it the light. And that they are right. And they don't understand when you stand before the Most High. It's going to tell the truth of the whole matter. So as we down here, somewhere in us have to be about the light. How do you expect those that sit in darkness to see if they have not heard or nor can they see the light? When Yah bring hands upon them in the midst of them, they sit in darkness, but then they begin to see the marvelous light. Right now, people ain't about to reveal if they have light, because I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning that they don't have no light no way, Deborah. So you're asking and hoping and thinking that people have something, especially on these devil platforms. They don't have it. Just because they role playing and they getting likes and subscribers and they speak scriptures in here, that don't mean they are of the light. Which one do they serve? I mean, like really serve. Which one do they look forward to? Especially feeding them, taking care of them, being there to supply their needs. and then hold back on the words that are spirit and truth. Only giving words that manifest what the world is talking about. Well, let me grab this so I can manifest this. Here's some more so I can get subscribers and likes. Since the world talking about it, let me add that on in there. That's how they get it. And it's okay. Why? Because if they continue to feel that their darkness overrides the light, then there it shows you what book they are listed in, even though they deny. Do y'all know that people who have never believed, people who have never read a Bible or even call on God, do y'all know they thinking they going to heaven? Everybody thinking, even if they don't believe in a God, they think when they leave here, they going to a better place. Do you see what I'm saying? See the mindset? See the mindset? Now, those that are in the light, their main thing is to make sure their light is shining. Okay? What for? So those that's in darkness can see it. Even though it's dark day, the day of evil and wicked. Come on now, y'all. We got to see the light. In the midst of all this darkness, we got to see the light. And if we deny that the light even exists, or we don't see the light, or where is the light, or what it look like, what it feel like, you don't have it. So what does it mean to you to know what it feel like, what it look like, what is the light, if you don't have it? See, you don't come into the light in that shape and fashion or in that order. You come humbled, repenting, okay? Asking for forgiveness. I think that's more. I think repenting and asking for forgiveness. But when you do also another thing about this darkness and this light, the light would spark in your life when you learn how to take your errors, your wrongdoing, your wrong thinking, your wrong feeling, your wrong acting, your wrong saying, even your wrong hearing, when you take it into prayer for forgiveness. But what people do is, when they get ready to think they're going to connect with the Father, they want to connect to him when they want to tell him what to do, what to give them, what they want. When I connect, Sister Deborah, to the Most High God, I will not come down to them knees and pray without repent. No way would I go to the altar of the Most High Yah without telling him how ugly I am. And everything in me that does not represent you, forgive me. If I'm hearing wrong, Father, forgive me. I just go through all the stages. You know why? He already know. How you gonna come to me with all that trash on you and then want me to hear you? Oh, no, I ain't. Oh, no. I will not go before the Most High Yah in no type of prayer, trying to beg for something, trying to get something, or trying to tell on somebody. So many people, when they go into prayer, they go into prayer against somebody else. Father, this person and done this. Please, Father, forgive them. Oh, they did this. They did that. They did this. Forgive them. Have mercy on them. Baby, ho. He did without sin. You casting all kind of stones. They don't know how. I'm speaking of the light, separate from the dark. They don't know how to go to the altar first and foremost regarding you. Your wrongness, your errors, the things you've done, the things you said, even the things you think, the things you have entertained. Anything in me, Father, Yah, that does not represent you. Father, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, please remove it. I'll be whining. Because you can't just, when you're in the light, You got to understand what it is consists of. You understand darkness to be what it is. And when you're dealing with him, you're dealing with him like you got some sense that he is all light. He can see everything that's in you and that you're trying to hide. So why are you going to go to your knees talking this yang, 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 yang to him? You better start pouring out the things that he sees all in that light. And that's what I do. In all that darkness, Father, forgive me. Take this out. This. If I looked at somebody wrong, Father, please I removed in the name of the Most High God. No. You don't go to him in the ideal of, okay, I'm so clean, I just want to go down and ask him for this. Even healing. Healing ain't coming for you until you're able to just be able to just go before him about you and not what you want from him. He knows your needs and he knows how to meet them. But when you go on to him, you better act like you know who he is that's going to meet you there. See, that's the thing. And that's going back to what? Darkness and light. Darkness and light. Most people don't know the difference. So that's why the terror has grown over the wheat. It's because darkness is ruling. So we think, but it's the D-A-Y the Father has given it to. Now, as I, being a prophetess in the wilderness, the more I hear people talk, the more distance seem like people are from the Most High. Because their conversation is and their messages are not giving him the glory, not giving him the honor, not giving him the praise, not revealing his power, not revealing his light, not revealing who he is and what he stands for. You see? So what he's explaining to me is you're looking for people to have what I have not given them. Learn to understand everything that I've said that represents me. It is a fraction, even though I own it all. I rule it all. You see, you would think that heaven was going to be, no, baby. He done counted it up. Even when you get to Revelation, he talk about this one, these here. You see, because people really thinking this is going to be a place where everybody who have done things and been about the darkness is going to end up where they feel they're going to end up. Everybody. So we're going to see. We all, it's just like death. We all going to see that. We're going to see it. The thing going back to darkness is not looking forward to it. It's been existing for so long. It don't think it's going to ever have an end to it. Darkness don't think there's an end to it. Oh no. Now light, no, there's an end. But darkness, ain't gonna be no end to this. I'm gonna show you how deep it is, y'all. Darkness don't think that there will be an end to it. But Satan knows there's an end to him. The beast knows, the Antichrist, the false prophet knows that there's an end to them. But darkness don't think it's an end to it. That's why so many people go to the gate that's broad. That's the gate that's darkness, where deception. People are being deceived. And they going through the gate with their eyes wide open. Because they can't see that it is a place that's going to lead you to really your eternal destiny. But can they see it? No, because they don't have the light. So how do Deborah expect them to see the narrow gate, the broad gate that they're going in? They don't have the light. Wouldn't you wonder, okay, let me say an example. If there was two houses, one was on fire and one wasn't, guess what? And you got 100 people. 85 would go in the house that's burning. and the 15 would go in the house that's not. That's how bad it really is on this earth. That's how bad it is. They will be willing to go into the fire. Would you think that the lake of fire, people be willing to go in there? I mean, they willing to live and have a wang dang do the time here with the whole ideal of understanding that there's a lake of fire. They don't care about that. I'm going into the lake of fire. I'm heading that way already. What are you talking about? I'll see you later. I'm heading in the broad gate. Everybody else going here, so why not? I'm not going to be in there alone. That's the mindset. But they will prefer the house with the fire than the house that's not on fire. I've sat and watched life itself as what we live. I've tried it too many times, y'all. Too many times. I can go in a situation to where, say for instance, we at the IRS, and they got 2 lanes where they checking your purse, they checking your coats, and the security doing you all like this here. Now there's 2 lanes. One lane is all the way out the door, all the way outside, going to the corner. But the other lane, it's only 5 people. I sit back and try to mentally grip why are all the people at the door. So when I get up there, I'm like asking the security, why all that lane all the way out there to the, oh, that's the lane they get in. I've seen it throughout life, y'all. I've seen it where you going on the highway, okay? And the highway is backed up. So the lane in which the accident is in, it's backed up for a good mile. But the lane they letting you go through, it only have a few cars over here on one side. Everybody rather stay in the lane that's backed up than to go and get off the lane to get out. Sometimes I wonder, why is it they're staying in that lane? You will think that they stayed in that lane so they can keep straight. I'm just keeping straight like they are, but I'm going around to keep straight. They stayed in the lane, backed off. Ever since Sister Deborah saying this, you're gonna notice that. We can go in the grocery store, and there's 6 lanes all the way back to the meat counter. But the lane that's last, I always say, why are they way back there in this lane? And what I do, I see it as an example of the broad gate and the narrow. That's how I take it, y'all. I ain't telling you to take it like that, but that's how I see it. That's how I take it. I said they rather go into. But so what I'm trying to say to you, the way the Father has orchestrated this thing, He wants you to see. He wants you to see the difference, baby. You will say, well, why is Sister Deborah talking about light and dark? He wants you to see the difference. You know why? He wants you to measure it and give Him the praise. He wants you to measure it and give Him the praise. Why? Because He is revealing to you what it's really like between the dark and the light. How quick and instant and embracing people are willing to live in the darkness in the way that it's not right, y'all, in the way that's not just, in a way that's not upright, than to go into the gate that leads to what is righteous. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't know if y'all been hearing about it, but I came across it too many times. I got to speak on it. I had kind of got off balance with all this stuff about how people are taking people out. In 1 week, I've seen children kill their mother. Kill their mother. And when I say kill, murder is, I'm not talking about where they take a choker or, I mean, it is off the chain. And I get over here and I see mothers killing their whole family. I don't even want to get on men. That's really off the chain, what's going on with them. But what I'm looking at is, now when I see it, I sit back, I sit in my chair, I say, that day, that day, I have to give him the glory, because he revealed to me as a prophetess, you are in that day. The day of darkness, of wicked and evil, moving to the highest limit like no other. I know a lot of us, we want to take those scriptures that says like it was yesterday, today, and forevermore. No. The Father is showing you something totally different, because then he was still stepping in and intervene. Where we at today? Ain't gonna be none of that. It ain't gonna be none of that. And it's not. And I'm trying to grip these young boys and these young girls killing their mother. And I said in 1 week, it's been going on for the last 6 weeks, y'all. I just said 1 week because it was so many in 1 week. I'm like, and guess what? More and more Europeans than anything. These Europeans are killing their family members up and down. And it could be that they always did it, but they never used the media to reveal it and to bring it out. I asked the Father, who opened this program for men and women to talk about what took place with granddaddy, uncles, fathers? Few of them talk about mama being invested in it, but very few. I said, now it's been going on 1.5 years, but that was this European who had his own program. I don't even know if he's on anymore. But what everybody is doing now, many people are coming up onto YouTube, giving their story, letting their story be heard. And I'm like saying, I said, but Father, these people look like they 80 years old. And said, that which is in the dark, Deborah, shall come to the light in that day. Because he wants things that has been in the dark to come to the light. Not that it's going to change anything, because it's so much in the dark that's role playing on this earth right before us today. He's giving you a glimpse of the fact that this is how it always been, but it was hidden. I've seen so many women, especially Black women, getting on here talking about how granddaddy, how uncles, cousins, males, daddy, they didn't have babies by daddy. I'm like saying, I ain't never seen this many on YouTube. I don't go into them anymore because it's overwhelmed. It's overwhelmed me. It really does, because I'm like saying, Father, this is all this darkness, ain't it? So we really looking for that way of seeing things in a better way. But the Father said, when you embrace truth, that's the better way. That's the light. When you're willing to accept truth, you're allowing the light to be revealed in you, because you're saying, okay, I see it now. How can you see it? I have light to see it. My eye can see. I see it now. This stuff been going on. That's why it's not have toned down. It's because we're in that day where it's got to come to the highest of the highest. Why? He was telling me about the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. He was saying that the 400 years, it was supposed to cause us to see us and not so much as them. Because I said to him, I said, Father, why is it that a people that you said you cursed and you put in a situation, you told this way back millions of years ago to Abraham, Why is a people that's living it for 400 years plus still haven't gripped it? They can get on there and hear him telling this to Abraham. They can hear it in all the scriptures all the way down to today. But yet, hide it when they're ready to put it forth. And they just make it about them being all that good and great and excellent, righteous and just. Not ever seeing it. And he was telling me that today. That's going back to the light and in the darkness. You can be brought to the light in the bosom of the Father. But the Father said, if you want to take darkness and keep hiding it and keep lying because darkness suits you better, that's on you. No, you can know your destiny. Because he was telling me, this was today he was telling me when I was in the car, he said, they never understood because they didn't have the light to see. Why would he have us over here 400 years? Why would he continue even after the 400 years? Why so long? And what was the purpose? For us to just come out saying, that's exactly our mindset. Gone. When we should have been able to learn from what our forefathers did and what we did and how we can run on in the light. We didn't do that. We seen what our forefathers did. We read what they did. Only thing you see most of our men following from Torah to Genesis to Torah to all the way is the sin of yesterday. They ain't backing it up to the light. You see? They ain't backing it up, showing the truth of the matter of why we're here and what we are going through. And why is it we still going through it? Have y'all ever thought about that? You know why? Because the type of people we are, he got to allow some really harsh things to happen to us because we didn't learn in those 400 years. We still haven't learned in 400 years plus. We still lying instead of owning that thing. Oh, our forefathers was a mess. Instead, I'm going to do polygamy. My forefather did it. He did it. And so I'm going to do it. But you ain't going to come over and say, wait a minute, y'all, something wrong right here. If my forefathers did it then like that, I don't want to do that. Because that's why I'm over here. They don't see it like that. They don't see it like that. They want to pull out what their forefathers did and make it righteous today. You see? Not thinking you can't do that. You're over in a cursed land. The judgment of the Most High is doing something and wanting us. Because I said, why would you? I'm telling you, why did you have us over here 400 years, and they as dumb as they were before they even reached any land? How could that be? And even to today, I've asked him that today. He said, you see, they never got it, did you? They never understood. But guess what? That's okay. I got some more things. I got a lot of tools, Deborah. Watch this. Watch this. He's going to tear down so many houses, the Israel and the tribe of Judah. It's a sad thing. And let me explain something. I heard this young man. He called himself having his own show. And he was talking about Israel and that the Israel that's over there is not the real Israel. The real Israel are people who look like him, which is melanated. Okay. So he's sitting here saying that. And the spirit of, I said, I think I listened to him a good 6 or 7 minutes before I turned it off. Because he's getting mad because the people wasn't giving the thumbs up. And there was so many in his live chat, but no one would want to give the thumbs up when he was asking them. So he went to talking, but he had said that I'm trying to educate my people, and it's just like they so horrible. He's trying to bring all the scriptures that he could possibly bring on Israel and the house of tribe of Judah, how horrible of a people they are. They never were a people that listen or take heed or not. And I'm like saying, wait a minute. So you bringing the people all this, but then you're going to dig back and say the people over there are not Israel, but your people over here is Israel, the ones that looks like you. But then you just got to telling them how ugly they are. So come on, pull it on up. So the father said, you see what he's saying, Deborah? You see what he's saying? Because especially when he said, what did he say? He started cursing. He started saying a lot of cursing words. Oh, he was so angry with the people in his chat. But what he did is, I was like, what's wrong with him? Because it was the way he was conducting himself. Because I thought he was going to talk about something that I know about. He didn't come nowhere near it. He didn't come nowhere near it. And guess what? The Spirit of the Most High said, see, Deborah, you see how he trying to other Negroes that those people over there is not Israel, but those people over here that's melanated are. See, that shows you he gone. That's what the father was telling me. And you want me to tell you why he said that? He said, when you finish finding out, or you finish trying to convince a people, don't forget, I gave them 400 years to be convinced. But the 400 years before they could be convinced, they have to convince themselves that their forefathers and them were cursed by me. How about that? See, that was never included in the conversation. But yet you're trying to convince people that they are Israel and Israel's over there is not. How are you going to convince them? You ain't using spirit and truth. You ain't using the light to bring your message forth. And the father say, see, Deborah, this is the type of people that's going to be left here. They don't see nothing wrong. If you all going to say that you all are Israel and you all are the tribe of Judah, have some righteousness connected to it. Have some just. Matter of fact, make sure you load it with some light. Don't feed these people and boast and boost and put them up on high hog. And I'm not coming for them. And just because y'all want to prove that y'all are the people over here and they are not, let me ask you something. They are not. And you are. Why is it I only chose 12,000 out of each tribe? Which would be out of the whole house, less than 1%. If you all add in some. How about that? How about that? So this is the problem. These people can't be kings. They can't be leaders. They can't be men as they trying to convince you they are to rule in the land of your captives. Y'all got you bound, baby, to a land of your captivity. Even if you are growing some greens, some lettuce, even if you all got a building this and building that, you still in captivity because you know what? What's before you? You're going to look, you're going to see it with your own eyes. Be nothing. Because you don't know what day it is. And who it was given to. But you thinking you're going to rule because I have allowed you to think you was a king, a ruler, and all of this that I didn't tell you were in Deuteronomy 28. Wasn't that I said that to you? Somebody and anybody, not one of them, can pull up where y'all said that you're going to be a king, a ruler, a leader, or you're going to be all that and some when you get to your captive. Do y'all know that counteracts what Deuteronomy 28 says? Everything that's being done amongst the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah counteracts Deuteronomy 28. So when the Father goes showing me that, okay, so you see, I'm marking mine. Now, if the tribe of Judah, which is your tribe, if it's only 12,000, don't look like very many coming, do it? And I told the angels to seal them. Don't look like very many coming, is it? They don't think like that. They can't, because they walk in darkness. They talk in darkness. They teach in darkness. They preach in darkness. You see, they don't know that the light will reveal all your darkness you've been lying about. So all this stuff, that's why I don't get caught up in what they're doing over there. Because for me, why should I get caught up with the synagogue of Satan? Why should I be expounding on? And this is what they do. They run and they try to make what's going on over there is the punishment of the Most High Yah. It's the punishment and the judgment of the Most High Yah. They ain't seen nothing yet. Because I pulled up and I said, wait a minute, Father, hold up. Something going on right here. Over in Revelation, you told them to seal those that are your servants in the forehead. 12 tribes of 12,000 of each tribe. But wait a minute. What's all this stuff going on in verse 8? Chapter 8. What's this going on in chapter 9? Father, hold up. What's this in 10? What's this in 11? Even in 9, it tells you how the bottomless pit, when the locusts come out, he still charged them not to interfere with those that are sealed. So it's showing you that we ain't even escaping like we think we're going to escape. So what you seal, understand that curse going to still stand. I said your curse coming in and you'll be cursed going out. So what? You are sealed. Those are just the ones I'm going to get out when it's time. But you're going to see some things. And that's why I said that I would have never thought that I would live to see this day. Why? Because I can see it worse than where those that sits in darkness. They can't see it. When you're in darkness, you can't see the light. You can't see what's going before you. Nor when it come upon you. Because you're sitting in darkness. So I'm sitting here looking at this. I said, well, wait a minute, hold up. It seemed like you're going to feel this thing. Seems like we're going to run up on this thing. Yes, you are. Why? Because I gave you 400 years to think about this. 400 years. Don't forget, y'all. I gave you more than 40 years like I gave your family that I didn't give long in the wilderness. I gave them 40 years. I gave you 400. And now you come and you still sits in darkness with no understanding what is taking place. Then I tell you, you're going to be cursed coming in and cursed going out. So what are you all trying to do on the earth today? You're trying to justify, clarify, and identify that the things that you see in the dark is not of Yah, to the point where you have already denied Deuteronomy 28 at its fullness. So you're saying, I'm just going to teach these people they curse. But the truth be told, it's this. When you see people out living what Deuteronomy 28 says, pretty soon they're going to have to deny Deuteronomy 28. Because they might not have to, because no one has challenged them. People don't realize that nobody is challenging these people in their messages. Nobody is not saying to them, wait a minute, 1 minute you say he did it before the foundation of the world. Then the next minute you say, look what they're doing to us. Oh, God gonna do this to them. He's gonna judge them here. He's gonna judge him. We all our nasty tails gonna be judged. Why is it we don't get that? We're gonna be judged for what we do on the earth. And we're gonna be judged for what we do in our spirit before the throne of the Most High God. So we ain't no, look, this is where you have to come to realize you ain't no better than nobody. Stop making yourself all that and some. Because what you're doing is you making the darkness of Israel. and the tribe of Judah. You making the darkness. Why would, let me say this here. Why would he tell the angels in Revelation 7 to seal only 12,000 of the house of Judah, the tribe of Judah? Why? Wait a minute. Father, what's going to happen to the other? Nobody ever asked that question. No one asks that question, do they? You know why they won't ask it? Because they want to remain in darkness. Because they gotten content with the lies and the deception and deceiving the mass, so that they can continue here on the earth. If YouTube and Facebook today, these same people that was on here teaching y'all, they'd be one of the depressed people on the face of the earth. Why? Because now they can't tell you anything to correct what they lied about. They can't tell you what to look forward to in the truth. Now they will, and you know what? Then will they want to be on YouTube and Facebook? Why? Because now they want to tell the truth. Now they want to tell you the truth. Now they want to tell you what's going on. So what did he do? He said, I said, what? And I said, furthermore, Father, it's past 400 years. You see, we in the 400 plus. He said, they ain't learned nothing in the 400, nor the plus. Don't forget, you said you live in it. Ain't you here? Yeah. Don't you understand spirit and truth? Yeah. Aren't you walking in the light? Yeah. So what do you see? You sure right, Father, y'all. I'm always complaining. Father, they're not even teaching spirit and truth. They're not even showing the light in their messages. You have to show a higher up and down. When you speak, you got to recognize him and recognize him to the people so they can learn to recognize. But no. I want to sit in darkness because I need to get a check. So when YouTube and Facebook close down, these people are going to go in loony land because they're not going to be able to feed their animals. They're not going to be able to feed. They can't get a check. They can't get, you see what I'm saying? That's why I say don't get on this devil platform bragging about what you got. Because he's going to wait that hour when you thought that you were so prepared. And he's going to leave your tail right here. And he's going to swoop up those that he have already sealed and say, okay, how prepared are you now? Because those that does things like that, that's for people who think that their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted. Oh, I got this, I got this, I got this. I prepare for this and I prepare for that. Only thing we need to be preparing for more than anything is our inner man to be righteous with y'all. Father, forgive me. But what they do is they use all the funds that they get from YouTube and Facebook to keep them going, along with the support that you give them, then turn around and get on the devil platform and tell you, I told you, you need to do what I'm doing. You need to get what I'm getting. Look what we got. You see? You got it at the expense of not giving spirit and truth to the people. So you rob the people just like the heathens and Gentiles do. That's what the Father says. They have become the ways of the heathens and Gentiles. That's why they're going to stay their tails there. So they can see Babylon come down and they see that they were always Babylon too. See, because what we're trying to do, we're trying to tell everybody about Babylon coming down, the United States. But if you have adopted United States ways and you have become the United States, but wants to get on these devil platform and say you're holier than thou, only Yah himself knows what's going on. That's why they don't want to hear from the true prophets of the Most High Yah. And a lot of women, they need you to shut your mouth because you'll be talking just like Sister Deborah if you don't. But what a lot of these women are doing is they're going into this thing. They saw it too. They said, oh man, I'm going to make me a video saying I'm the chosen one. I'm going to talk about prosperity, the things I know the flesh want to hear. Everything that they're teaching is rest in darkness. It's not bringing no light to the people. So if I say to you, I got, let's say, for instance, if I say I took 2 million of the tribe of Judah to a convention and paid for their hotel, their food, just to bring speakers in to let them know that they are the tribe of Judah. If you might get 2%, they stick with it. The rest of them go back home like it ain't nothing. That is the reality of how heaven is seeing us on earth. He see us like that. But what he say? He said, you know, I can always have a ram in the bush. See a man. Now, run around here and say, we the people, we the true children of the Most High God. We Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We the true Jews. Okay, you the true fools too. Because if you had any sense, why is he only sealing a certain amount? And they are the servants that's going to be taken over to the promised land. Because they don't believe his word that be taught through his prophets, nor through his spirit. Oh, no, he can't do that. He got to get all of us. So what? We killing each other. So what? We evil and wicked and hateful. So what? We teaching each other hate and evil and killing each other. He still got to get us. We Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yes, you are. You're the seed of the darkness, not the seed of the light. The darkness already inherit the promise. The Father gave them the promise with his mighty right hand and his stretched out arm. This next promise is the promise in the spirit. That's why now one of y'all really gripped the two. When he was talking to Abraham, one time he was talking to him in what? In a vision, which is spirit. The next time he was talking with him what? In a dream over pitch dark, horror, darkness. Both times he talked to Abraham. One was for the spiritual seed and one was for the natural seed. One was for the promise in the heavens and one was for the promise of the land. The promise of the land has been fulfilled. Now the promise for the land in the spirit must be fulfilled. That's how simple it is. That's how simple it is. So I, Sister Deborah, hope that you all receive something tonight. And I say that, what today is? Okay. I will be back. I don't know when, but I will. So I hope you got something out of this tonight and something to always take to the light. And when you go before the throne of the Most High Yah, go with repent. And not with this repent that caused you to cry and get it in your feelings and in your emotion. Repent is a feeling of sorrow. Okay? It's not time to hoo-hoo and woo-hoo crying and no. That's when you get in your emotions, in a part of you that's the flesh. How about going in an inner part and just say how only if it is in you. I was talking and it said, just tell them just to say what is in them and not talking about the part of you that's flesh. So is the part of you that's spirit. Come before the throne of the Most High Yah in spirit and in truth, not in darkness, but in light. Shalom and shalom.